Not gonna lie to you, this commercial break has been one that I wish I could have put on television. It's been something else. Dr. Nicola Hall, Hope Hickerson with, well, Dr. Hall is with EBR Schools. Hope Hickerson is with Healthy BR, and Pepper Roussel, and she's earned that nickname, the truth, food activist here. And so, serious subject, the Electronic Benefits Transfer Program, the summer program that Louisiana is not going to be taking advantage of, at least as of now.
Right.
We had a conversation, Dr. Hall, maybe a month ago about this, and there are some layers to this. First, the previous administration had the opportunity to lock this in and did not.
Right.
And the current administration is openly saying we're rebuffing these dollars.
Right.
So just for your perspective, Louisiana's share of this program is about $71 million.
Yes.
Our match is about $7 million, but the USDA said we'll pay for half of that. So it's about a little south of $3.5 million that Louisiana would be paying out of a $902 million budget for DCFS.
Yes.
So the math doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So what's the deal with this?
So it's here's what we want to stand on. It's all about kids, right? And this is going to be a major issue if we do not have those summer EBT dollars, right? So EBR is doing as much as we can to bridge that gap, to make sure that summer feeding continues. However, when kids are out of school, that's the time that they're most able to not be able to get food, right? And access to food, right?
Because they're not in school.
They're not in schools to be able to get a breakfast and lunch program, right? And then even though we have summer programs throughout the district or throughout the region, there's still going to be an opportunity that kids not going to be able to get meals, right? So the summer EBT is going to be a great supplement to make sure kids always have access to food, especially over the last year. Just in Baton Rouge alone, food insecurity grew 35%.
Wow.
So for me, the math ain't mathing.
And just the math ain't mathing. So Hope with Healthy BR, what is your connection to this? I know that that's an initiative by Mayor President Broom's administration, who was just here a minute ago. What's your connection to this?
Well, the mayor, she is the chair of the Mayor's Alliance to End Childhood Hunger. So she has a vested interest in it. Of course, we all want to make sure children are being fed anyway, right? So she has a vested interest in this. And so we have a number of initiatives and programs that we're trying to at least try to fill that gap. One being our Go Get Healthy program, which is a nutrition education program that we deal with. We work with farms to bring about community gardens. We work with the YMCA and some local hospitals to do nutrition classes.
There's your website, Healthy BR.
Thank you very much. Right to do nutrition classes and grocery store tours to give people the autonomy to pick their own fresh foods and understand, like, what's nutrition? What is this? How do I cook this? Is this healthy for me and my family? So there are a number of ways that we're trying to do that and try to increase the food access. But this summer feeding thing, like,
it's essential.
It's essential. Like,
and
we
across
have to.
Louisiana, there are thousands of children who won't be eating because they won't be in schools.
That's right.
You know, Pepper, from your perspective, I mean, this is detrimental. And I think most people get that this isn't a boondoggle. It isn't a bunch of money we're wasting. It's essential. What's your perspective?
Well, my perspective is that we just really want for people to be able to eat, right? So One Rouge Coalition's, our aspirational statement is that we want to foster an inclusive community where the culture, it creates opportunities for all. Our Capital Area Food Equity Coalition, for which Dr. Hall is a co-chair, we just want for people to be able to eat 3 meals a day. Now, we start with children because who wants to see a child go hungry? But understanding that it is not just the child, right? So if the child is hungry, then chances are that the entire household is food insecure.
Well, listen, politics gets in the way of so many things, and I think it dunks up the works, you know, on either side when it comes to this. This isn't about politics. This isn't about a waste of money. It's not a lot of money when you look at it. It's less than 1% of that overall DCFS budget. And I think there are kids who live in communities who during the summer don't eat.
That's right.
School is not just for them to learn. A lot of them are getting fed there. So Representative Jason Hughes out of New Orleans does have a House bill that compels Louisiana to opt back into the program. What's your position on that? I did speak with him yesterday, and he told me that there is bipartisan support for it. What's your perspective?
Well, so the bipartisan support is really useful and helpful,
Yeah.
right? Objectively speaking, though, right, we have to figure out some sort of a way that we do not have to compel our governor to do things that are in the best interests of the constituency. The idea that we do have a functioning program or a program at all is aspirational at best,
Yeah.
right? So if you cannot get to a summer feeding program because you do not have transportation to arrive, and and it is an on-site feeding program, then that creates additional complexities
Yeah.
for folks who are working hourly wage jobs.
I got less than a minute. Tell everybody again quickly where they can get information about this.
So if you have an organization and you're going to be running a program during the summer for kids, and you would like us to feed your kids, please check us out at EBR website. There's so much information and resources there to be able
Okay.
to provide meals for you for the community.
Well, I'm going to have you guys back because I know this is not done, and we'll see about getting Representative Hughes to join us when we have the conversation about this. But I appreciate y'all coming
Yeah,
in.
definitely.
And behave yourself, Pepper. All right, so this week, most people who had cell phones were hotter than fish grease, and we're going to talk a little bit about what you do if you end up in a situation like that next week, and more on the mayor's race. So we appreciate you guys checking us out. Show number 2 here at Big Number 9, and we look forward to doing more. See you next week.